What is going on, gang? Look at that, hearts already before I even have the chance to speak. I'm surprised. What is it? It's 4:30 on a Saturday afternoon. You guys are filing in, probably 9 o'clock, getting dark on the other side of the pond. What's going on, guys? Charles, what's up? Laid back, laid back Saturday, daddy duty earlier. Watching some soccer games, watching some college basketball. Got some college football on right now. Utah versus BYU. Hey. Thanks for the retweet, guys. Hey, I want to do a post just to kind of follow up on a tweet I sent out earlier. Earlier today, I sent out a tweet / Instagram / Facebook post about a book here. What's going on, Jason? A book here. You're actually what inspired this post, Jason. Good. It's good to see you here. A book called The Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. My Instagram is Akilio Sparks. I don't really use it for anything trading related, but I'm in there sending whatever pictures of random stuff. Book right here. Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns, 2nd edition by Thomas Bulkowski. And as you said, thick book. Look at this bad boy. Look at this bad boy. Thick book. We've got how many pages in here? If we go all the way to the back, it's just shy. We might hit it might be 999 pages on the dot. So it's a big book. But here's the thing. It's not really, I am pretty sexy, aren't I? This is not one of those books. Typically the books I like to recommend are books that more so talk about trading psychology, or some type of aspect not related to physical charts. So stuff like Market Wizards. That's my top 3 books that I recommend is Market Wizards, One Good Trade, Market Wizards by Jack Schwager, the 1st edition, One Good Trade by Mike Bellafiore, and Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Those are books that you want to read from page number 1 to the very end to really help with your trading. This book, so don't get intimidated that it's so thick. This book really isn't a reading type of book. It's more like what the title says it is. It's an encyclopedia. Encyclopedia. It's a reference guide. It's something that you don't want to go through front to back. It's something you want to look up, go to a certain page, and then use that as reference. And the point that I wanted to make is that we had a trader. I put this on Facebook again. I said Facebook, Akil Stokes, Trading Power, whatever. I put it up there and the trader said, man, I can't wait to look at this book. I'm going to see visual representations, visual pictures, whatever, of the pattern, and then I can trade it. And I want you guys to understand this. Don't be so quick to think that it's as easy as, hey, I can see the picture of a bullish flag pattern. I know exactly how to trade it. Aside from advanced patterns, your Gartleys, your ciphers, your bats, stuff like that, with these simple patterns, head and shoulders, flags, wedges, any type of consolidation, breakout patterns like that, it is important that, yes, you want to know the formation, but you also need to know how to trade them at the right moment in time, because every flag pattern isn't going to come at a level that is tradable. Realize that. You may have a bullish flag that runs right into previous structure resistance. That's not going to be one you're going to want to trade, because the chance of that breaking out to the high side in your favor is not going to be as prevalent as, say, one that comes in a trend continuation opportunity. So it's very important, guys. Make sure you learn how to read a price chart first. Make sure you learn how to identify new structure highs, new structure lows, outside returns, higher high, higher closes, pullbacks, retracements, stuff like that. Only after you have a solid foundation of the basic knowledge, then you can go ahead and dig a little bit deeper and look for these simple patterns and even eventually advanced patterns. But you got to know the basics first. I want to plead to you guys, please, for you guys that are picking up this book, because everyone was like, oh, I'm getting it right away. Don't think it's as simple as turning to page, I can't even find, it's too many pages. Page 487 here. And trading an island long. Never even heard of this. Look at this, an island long. This is the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns by Thomas Bulkowski. But don't think it's as simple as going in there, reading each chapter and say, hey, I'm going to trade this. Rather, the way you want to use it and the way that I like to use it is, you want to have that solid foundation. There's tons of chart patterns in here, Sam, tons of them. It's a 1,000-page book. There's lots of them. But you don't need to trade them all. It's a reference guide. It's something you use where once you've gotten used to identifying price action, once you know how to read a price chart, once, if you're like me, you scroll through charts every day and you start noticing stuff. Once you're like, man, that looks familiar, like it occurs. Let me look this up. Then it's a reference guide of maybe how to trade it better. There's a little bit of statistics in there about failure rate, what to look for in a failing pattern, what to look for in a winning pattern. That's how you use it to really grow your trading. But the point I want to make again is don't just think you can read it, see what it looks like, and then trade it right away. Because again, that's one of the quickest ways to go broke. And we have a hard time, even in the education field here at Trading Power, we have a hard time doing that. We got a question all the time. We just released our syndicate statistics this Friday this past Friday since our trading year is done. And we always say that we're basically trading in the syndicate with one hand behind our back because we're not taking second targets. And the question is, well, if you're going to make more profit taking second targets, why don't you just do it? And it's one of those things where doing it confuses people and ultimately hurts people more than it helps them for those traders just coming in. And this is going to be the same way. So you never want to put yourself in a position where you think you know more than you do. You rush out there into the market, think you can start making money quick, and you end up losing more money because you think you know what you're doing, but you really don't. Thank you. I got the question. Let me get a swig of water real quick. 58 viewers. This is crazy. Are you guys sharing it? Is that why so many people are coming in? Did you hit that share button or retweet button? If not, do so while I'm taking this quick drink. All right, 2 questions. I'll answer the second one. First was, why do you recommend Market Wizards? The reason I recommend Market Wizards is one word: belief. When I first started trading and struggling, we all reached that point where we're trading and we're struggling, right? Give me some hearts if you've reached that point where you start off, it's really easy, and then you're like, man, this is harder than I thought, right? When I reached that level in my trading, I started to think thoughts like, hey, Akil, maybe you're just not smart enough. You didn't go to school for this. Maybe you're just not intelligent enough to do this. You have to have some type of, Ivy League. You guys have seen, all the movies. You got to have some type of Ivy League education to do it. And I really started losing faith in myself, thinking that I just wasn't smart enough to do it. And I read Market Wizards, and the best point I got from Market Wizards was seeing that there's a lot of good points in it. The best one was seeing that all of these guys, all of these traders, except for one I can remember, failed at first, and they failed a lot. Every single one of them, except for one, started trading and hit some type of rock bottom. Again, my favorite story was one guy lost so much money that he was out in the stairwell of his company crying as he called his mom because he needed more money to get back into position. And I'm like, if it comes to that for a grown man where he's got to cry in the stairwell and call his mama for help, I'm doing better than someone. But the point was, they all went through these struggles and they all made it out on top. So for me, it gave me belief that, hey, Akil, you can do this. It's not for just the highly educated. It's for those who have the drive, those who have the desire, those who aren't afraid to get knocked down and get back up and keep fighting. And that was big for me. Another thing is, it also shows you that there's no secret system in trading, guys. There's no, despite what you hear on the internet about magic EAs and all this stuff, there's no secret system to being profitable. All of these traders in Market Wizards, one thing that Jack Schwager tried to do was he tried to interview traders with different styles, anywhere from trend continuation traders to speculators, investors. Some guys used, astrology. Some guy was trading off the moon and the stars. And they were all profitable. So for me, it really confirmed the point that, there isn't one way to be profitable in trading. It's not about your system. Rather, it's more about you're willing to push on and push forward and keep fighting through. And I think it's key that everyone reads that just so they really believe it. So that was the biggest point of Market Wizards for me, belief. That yes, I can do this. I don't have to be that educated. as far as like traditional school goes. I saw another question go through about Akil, if you weren't doing the education thing, would you be trading full time just off trading? And the answer is yes and no. I wouldn't be trading, well, if I took the path I did, I wouldn't be trading off of just my income. What I would have done if I weren't in education, I would have stayed in the money management side of things. So I would be managing money for others, taking commissions, taking fees, stuff like that. If it were just, if I had just started with the money that I personally had, no way. No way. It takes about, I always say it takes about, I would say at minimum $200,000 account, a $200,000 account to live full time off of trading. Now, obviously, it depends on where you're at, your lifestyle, you know, what you like to do on the weekends. Some of you guys are making it rain on the weekends and blowing money. Other guys are living in an apartment with 3 other roommates, not paying that much in rent. Hold on real quick. I'm getting phone calls right here. So a lot of it depends on your lifestyle and the choices you make. But I would say about $200,000 because remember, you don't just, you have to make a consistent return. You have to make enough money to pay for your bills and pay for your lifestyle. You also have to make enough money to continue to compound that account, because if you're just making enough to pay for your bills, meaning if you're just making enough and you're taking all of your profits out every month, you're eventually going to bleed your account dry, because there are going to be months of drawdown where you lose money. And if you're not continuing to compound your account, you're never going to be going in that positive direction. Your account's just slowly going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So when I first started, I didn't have a $200,000 account. I started with, when I first started the real second time after I got myself educated, after I took my training course, I started with about a $10,000 account. So there's no way I would have turned that into 200,000 by now. So you got to take another route. You've got to supplement it. I didn't see the question that came through. Depending on your lifestyle, some spend more than ours. Yeah, but again, you got to be realistic. You can't think you're going to start with a $50,000 account and be able to fund your whole lifestyle, especially going on into the long run. I mean, maybe you don't have aspirations of having kids or owning a home or stuff like that, but you do the math real quick. Let's say, again, the best traders out there are consistently making about 5% a month. You get $50,000 account, boom, 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 times 0.05. Oh, that's not right. My math is horrible, guys. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Hold on. 5% on a $50,000 account, you're making $2,500 a month. And that's if you're one of the best traders. Now, again, that may be able to fund your lifestyle right now, but in the future, as you have kids, as you go into a bigger home, can that fund your lifestyle? Can it deliver the lifestyle that you want? I'm getting blown up right now, guys. Sorry about that. Can that fund the lifestyle that you want, but also can you compound that account? I started off with $150 and turned it into $3,000 in 6 weeks. Well done. I would assume that you're taking a massive amount of risk with your money, and I would be careful, because as quick as you can grow that money, you can lose it. And that's the red flag I always hear with people like that. When you get these crazy massive returns, guys, when people are like, oh, Gil, I turned my account from $1,000 into $50,000, it means they're usually trading too much. Their position size is inflated. And we showed you guys that with our money management spreadsheet. We said, hey, if I used a very aggressive position sizing and money management technique, we could turn the 65% return that we had this year in the syndicate to about a 300% return, right? However, that's if everything goes well. Just remember, when everything goes bad, you're going to lose that money just as quick. So if you're trading this massive position size where you're able to generate that return, you better darn sure make sure that you can be consistently profitable. And if you are, that's great. That's perfect. I'm not saying, I'm not knocking you guys that are. But if you aren't, if you have that one bad trader, that one bad month of trade, you can easily go straight from that $3,000 back to margin call that quick. And I know traders that have done that. I know a trader that grew her account from some small amount. She grew up to like $500,000 and she lost it all in a matter of a year. Real story. Real story. So be careful with that. Again, not knocking you, but you may want to, if you can do that consistently, that's good. But if you're, if you're just starting off and you just hit a hot streak, Be careful, because the drawdown comes from all of us. Professional traders would rather, here's what professional traders do, right? A lot of people think that professional traders want to make as much money as possible. That's not the key. We want to put ourselves in a position where there is zero chance of us blowing our account. I have zero chance of blowing my trading account because my position size is that small. I would literally have to lose for an entire year straight to probably blow my account, because we never want to go there. It's not about the reward, right? Charles says first rule of trading, don't go broke, right? Chip in the chair, right? I'm not trying, it sounds weird, guys. I'm not trying to make as much money as possible. I'm trying to conserve capital, because you guys have seen the story of people that blow accounts. And you think about it like this. You put yourself in a position where you start off with this small account. You're trading well. You're making money hand over fist. You quit your job. You're trading full time, right? You're buying. You got this nice house, big mortgage, car, big car payment. And guess what? Trading goes south and you lose it all. You're done. You're done. You're taking out GoFundMe ads to try and get others to help support for your losses. You're done. So again, I'm not saying that to knock any of you guys out there. I'm not trying to poo-poo your success. I'm just giving you the truth, man. I'm just giving you the truth. And that's fun. It's funny. You don't hear a lot of that out there in our industry. It's why we get such a bad name. Yeah, it happens to real people. Yeah, unfortunately. So you want to be safe. You want to be safe. I would say, hey, tap yourself on the back for turning that $100 into $3,000. But go back now. Go back, work on your position size, and make sure you're not overexposed. Make sure you can weather that storm when it comes. There was one more question that I missed that came through. I'm sorry. I answered the Market Wizard's question. I answered the question about trading full-time. Guys, we are doing, if you like this, me, Charles Miles, Jason Greystone, we are doing a live Q&A on Monday. How many of you guys are coming to that? How many of you guys are going to join us on our live Q&A Monday at 9 o'clock? Said it, talked about it in this week's weekend review video. If you haven't seen that video on YouTube, shame on you. Shame on you right now. Yeah, again, you're only going to get it if you're on our email list. There we go. We got everyone coming through. Remember, you're only going to get it if you're on our email list. If you're not on our email list, go over to tradeempowered.com. Go to the Learn to Trade tab. There should be a little box that says sign up for free email notifications. Just do that, tradeempowered.com, and then go to Learn to Trade. Yep. So make sure you sign up for that. If you got a friend that wants to join, tell them to sign up for it as well. It's going to be cool. You get to talk to 3 professional traders and get their advice kind of on what they're doing over the winter. I already started my continued education today. You get to hear what Charles is up to. You get to hear what Jason Greystone's up to. And we talked about, I know a lot of you want advice on what you should be doing over the winter. A lot of you have no idea. You're sitting there like, look at the chart, maybe trade. No, this is the time. This is the time to prepare yourself. This is your preseason, right? For you guys that know me from way back, GMS, get money season, right? We treat the trading year like a football season, right? This is your preseason. This is your preseason. This is your film study. It's your time to get pumped for 2016. Charles says, what do you want your 2016 to look like? I tell you what, Charles, I want it to look better than 2015. I want it to look a lot better. And we did pretty damn well in 2015. But it doesn't matter anymore, right? It doesn't matter. Last year's profit was last year's profit, right? It means nothing if we can't do it again, right? If we come back and get hammered in 2016, what does 2015 mean? Nothing. We got to do it again. Soccer season, Everton should have won today. Should have won. Trade Empowered, TradeEmpowered. Trade Empowered. I'm reading the comment, dab on them one time. Maybe I'll start doing that after trades. Like chicken, winter dinner, boom. Get some different music there in the live room. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Charles is a former Trading Power client. I'm a former Trading Power client. Jason Greystone is a former Trading Power client. And we're all teaching and working for the company that taught us how to trade. It's crazy. It's a dream come true. It really is a dream come true. Really is a dream come true. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Any other questions, guys, before I head out? I've got a holiday party to get ready for. I got to do some last minute Christmas shopping. Make sure you're on our email list, guys. You're not going to get access to the live Q&A if you're not on there. Make sure you're on that email list. So, future student, nice. We'll see. We'll see what the night goes. I don't know. I was actually, guys, while I'm here, I was going to do a rant on. Take care, Charles. I was going to do a rant. I was pretty upset yesterday. I was watching a show called Blue Collar Billionaires on CNBC, and it got me upset about, I hear a lot all the time about from people that have excuses for why they're not successful. I just can't be successful here. I just can't do that. I was watching an episode of Blue Collar Millionaires where they did, one of the stories was on a worm farm. These husband and wife made millions and millions of dollars selling worms. And I'm like, man, if there isn't any other proof that you can there's no excuse for being successful, that's it. If you can make millions selling a worm farm, you can't tell me that you can't dedicate yourself to trading and get out there and make some money, especially in the Forex market where it's highly leveraged and you can start with such a minimum amount. People, I don't have enough money to start trading. Yes, you do. Start trading with a small amount, keep your track record, promote yourself, get clients, invest their money, get commission, stack it in your account while making a nice monthly fee. I started with $10,000. I started trading so many times. Whenever I say my real time I started trading, that means after I took my education course. After I took my education course, I started with 10,000. That's all I had left, right? We can only get 50 to 1 here in the United States, so we don't really have a choice. But in all reality, the amount of leverage you take makes no difference unless you're going to be reckless with your position sizing. So it doesn't matter how much leverage you use. It really doesn't matter. We can only get 50 to 1 here in the US. But it does unless you're trying to grow your account from $100 to $100,000 in a week, your leverage does not matter. We have 50 to 1. Again, in the United States, 50 to 1 is what we can get. We can no longer get 100 to 1 or 200 to 1, anything like that. They changed that, what, about 4 or 5 years ago? They changed that for our own protection. So we only have that option of 50 to 1. So I take my 50 to 1. Hey, I come from the stock market, so anything is better than that. Anything is better than the stock market, where it's so hard to make a good buck unless you have a massive amount of money. So it's funny, you guys. You guys are worried about the wrong things. Learn how to trade. You're worried about the wrong thing, man. Stop worrying about your leverage and learn how to trade. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, your leverage does not matter. Unless you plan on doing something really, really crazy, your leverage does not matter. 50 to 1 is what we have. 50 to 1 is what I have. If I had 100 to 1, I'd use my 100 to 1. But you guys are worried about the wrong thing. You're worried about everything else but learning how to trade. And you'll realize once you learn how to trade, once you know how to trade, that stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Learn what's important first. Don't waste energy on all the other stuff. Hey. All right, looks like we're going to get ready to... Okay. Good. Then stay with that. Stick with that. Stick with 2 to 1 and end in the green. Stick with that. Should I do top-down analysis while backtesting? It depends on what it depends on what you're backtesting. If you're doing something like a CTS system or like a structure-based system where you know you're going to be bouncing from time frame to time frame, then yeah, you're going to want to make sure that the zones that you're looking at are in fact there on that higher time frame before going down. Yeah, so you do, yeah. So it's going to take a lot more time. If you have multiple monitors, it's easier because you can have the higher time frame here, you can have the lower time frame there and bounce back and forth. It's going to be frustrating than just doing, say, something like advanced patterns. Advanced patterns is pretty easy. You can scroll through the trading time frame, just make it work. CTS, stuff like that, combined technical score, it's a little more frustrating because you're looking at higher time frame. You're going, okay, point, structure, point. A little easier if you have the DSR levels because you know where that structure levels are. But yeah, it's going to take a little longer. That's okay. Just going to learn a little more. That's all. Ooh, bang. Look at that. How old were you when you committed to trading? I was, when I got serious and took my education, how old was I? 24, 25. 24, 25. I started playing around with it right out of college. I did stock investing for a few years. I was pretty good at that, really good at stocks. I just couldn't make any money off of it because I didn't have enough money. I got into Forex. I played around with Forex for about a year and a half, 2 years, thinking I can do it by myself. Invested in my education after that, was about 25, and that's when I got dead serious. That's when I quit my 3 jobs, put my back against the wall and said, hey, either do it or fail. Do it or fail. Price action structure. Advanced patterns as well. Yeah, so no mechanical systems, not a momentum trader or anything like that. Structure trading, harmonics, Fibonacci's. But yeah, 25. On futures, I'm not sure now. Sorry. You started with Jason at 25. I thought I was young. Yeah. 25. I wish I would have started earlier. If I knew this would have been the result, I would have started 5 years earlier. But everything happens for a reason. You gotta go through things in life to learn what not to do and really see the importance of it. What do you say to people when they say technical analysis isn't real? I don't really care. I don't say anything to them. I said, okay, that's your opinion. You'll find out I really don't care what others' opinions are because that doesn't affect my trading. What someone else thinks about, hey, patterns don't work, Fibonacci's or black magic. Look, man, as long as I'm bringing in money, you can think whatever you want. I don't care. You can think whatever you want. It doesn't affect my money. It doesn't affect my results. Yeah, I really don't care. I used to at one point. I used to have a lot of pride, and like my way is the right way, and how dare you, judge me? I've got to show you that I'm a great trader. Right now, I don't care. I can care if anyone thinks I'm a good trader or a bad trader, and that should go from all you guys. You shouldn't care if someone says what you're trading is good or bad, whether it works or doesn't work. It doesn't matter as long as you know, as long as you have that belief. Because I'll tell you what, remember, 9 out of 10 traders fail. So most likely that trader telling you that is a failing trader. You know how I know that? I do recommend Constellation, yes. You know how I know that? Because professional traders don't comment on other traders' trading style. Professional traders don't go into forums and say, oh, you're trading wrong. That style doesn't work. Professional traders know that there are millions of ways to make money. As long as you're consistently profitable, as long as you're consistently executing your plan, that's all that matters. So the people that are telling you that it doesn't work, they're probably failing traders, and they want to make themselves feel better by pulling you down to their level. So just say, okay, everyone's open to their opinion. When your kid grows up, will you teach him? Yeah, I'm going to teach him. I'm going to teach him how to trade regardless, not necessarily so that he becomes a trader. I believe in we had a good back and forth with someone on Twitter the other day about the school systems just don't teach about money management. They don't teach you how to deal with money. They don't teach you how to do stuff like that. So I'm going to teach him the importance of money how money works. Yes, I do use Constellation. I'm going to teach him the importance of money, how money works, and I'm going to teach him how to invest. My dad taught me, started with a savings account to a CD, to a money market, to investments. I'm going to teach my son the same way. He doesn't have to do it, but what's important is he'll have the skill. So worst case scenario, he'll always have a way to provide for himself. If whatever he wants to do doesn't work out, he'll always have a way to provide for himself, which is very important because that's going to allow him to take those leaps. It's going to allow him, say he wants to be a musician, that's going to allow him to say, I'm going on the road for a month and try and make this work. Because if he fails, he always has a backup plan. That's going to allow him to say, I'm going to go to Canada and try out for the Canadian Football League. And if it doesn't work, guess what? It's okay because he's got a backup plan. It gives him that option, that freedom, not to feel like he has to compromise his life and fit into this mold of safety. He can take chances, and when you take big risk, you get big rewards. Only reason I got into trading, I wouldn't have taken that leap if my dad didn't say, hey, Akil, you're 24. The recession is in, I graduated right when the recession happened. There are no jobs out there. What's the worst that could happen? You don't have a job right now anyway, right? I'm like, well, I don't. So if you fail at trading, you still won't have a job. I'm like, you know what? I guess you're right. There's no risk in that. If I try to trade and I don't make it, I'm unemployed. If I try to trade and I make it, now I've got a career. No risk. No risk. So it's good having that. It's good having that safety net, no matter what you do. I'm glad I made it. No more cleaning toilets. All right. Come on, man. Sorry, I got like 3 games going on at the same time. Anyway, let's call it a day, guys. I will see you on. Did you start? Oh yeah, I was very shy. I was really ashamed to tell anyone that I traded. I would I curl up. I kind of like stock investing, and really ashamed. I had no confidence in what I did. It's funny, it wasn't until I told myself, and I wasn't even a good trader when I started having confidence, when I decided to make that change, when I decided that it was me. I'm big on like a lot of positive affirmations. I told myself that I was now going to call myself a professional trader even though I wasn't consistently profitable. And you don't have to be consistently profitable to be a professional trader. You just have to conduct your business professionally. So even when I was still losing money or trading sideways, I would tell people, hey, I'm a professional Forex trader. And that confidence of me just accepting what I was, not shying away from it, and telling others, that helped a lot on the charts. Because now that I'm confident going out there saying, hey, I trade Forex. If you don't know what it is, ask about me. I'll tell you. Now I take that confidence, and I'm more confident when I'm doing my analysis. I'm not like, is that a double top? It looks like a double top, but it might not be. Now it's like, oh, that's a double top. Let's take it. Sell next bar market. Boom. 1 ATR. Stop. 3-2. 618. Targets. Structure for the trail. Let's go. So it helped a lot just having that confidence in yourself. You could charge up to 30%. I used to do 30% off of new equity highs. That makes your client a little more comfortable, because now it knows, now instead of you just making money no matter what, you're only making money when you make them more money. So it's a little more risky, but you can charge a little bit more for that. 30%. A lot of it depends on it's a negotiation deal, but you can get away with 30% off new equity highs. BYU is getting destroyed. That's what I'm talking about. They're dirty. They are dirty in every sport. Brigham Young. There we go. All right, guys. Heading out. Got a party to go to. I'll see you guys on Monday for the Q&A. Again, tradeempowered.com. Click that Learn to Trade tab. Sign up for the free email notification list. We will shoot you an email this weekend with the login information. Tell a friend. If you're watching this, retweet this. Share it on YouTube. Share it on social media. Get the word out there. We're going to 3 professional traders at the same time for a Q&A. This has never been done before that I know about on a Monday at 9 o'clock, the 21st of December. All right, guys. See ya. Until then, plan your trade, trade your plan.